Hello, 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 everybody. It is your girl CeleXy here, and today is Thursday, July 13th. I always have to look at my calendar to remind myself because I really don't keep track of time like that unless I have an event or something to attend. So this is Real Talk, and I am your host, CeleXy, and it's been a while since I've sent you out a video. It's been actually a couple of months probably, but not because I didn't have anything to talk about. You know that. It's because I'm working on my fourth book, Ascension of the Phoenix, and it should be out by the end of the month. I'm working feverishly to make that happen. And while I'm at it, talking about the books, let me just go ahead and plug my books, why don't I? So this is the first book, Heaven's Mind, a trilogy. This is the first testament in the series, and it is available online at Amazon.com, as well as Jenkins Career Corner at 1761 North Sherman Drive. That's here in Indianapolis locally. So obviously, if you live out of state, you will need to get this online. Also, there is the second book, Heaven's Mind, the Second Testament, and then the Third Testament, it's the blue book. So red, yellow, and blue. Red, yellow, and blue, you want to get First, Second, and Third Testament. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. This is my first run at writing, and I'm learning a lot, and I'm having a wonderful time, and I thank goodness for Create Space and Amazon for creating the opportunities for self-publishing. It's a wonderful way to get your thoughts and stories across. It's a wonderful way to share your experiences and your creativity with the rest of the world. So toot for Amazon and Create Space. Again, they're all three available online or at Jenkins Career Corner if you're here locally in Indianapolis. Whew, I said a mouthful. Also on July 29th, that's a Saturday at 12 noon at the famous Hopwood Wine Cellars down in Zionsville, Indiana. We will be having Book Dish and Wine 2. That is the second book review, and we'll actually be reviewing the Second and Third Testament. So if you haven't got your book, you should get it. Get in position on an elliptical machine or on your stationary bike, or just when you're laying at home in bed before you go to sleep, pull out your book and get it read. It's a quick read. It's an easy read. It's an entertaining read, but it's also a thought-provoking and mind-transforming read. So this is not, my writing is not just for entertainment purposes only. I am seeking to enable you to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so the Heaven's Mind book series is all about transformational literature. My goal in this lifetime is to fan the flame. Fan the flame, and if you're not lit, then my goal is to ignite the flame. So either way, whether I'm igniting or fanning, it's all about the flame, and that flame is the power that we have inside of our mind, the power that we have inside our hearts, the power to do that which we desire, to the power to be able to visualize the manifestation of our most highest thoughts. And if you don't follow me, you know, watch some of the videos in this series on this YouTube channel. I have a couple of videos specifically targeted towards your mind and transformation, the power of the spoken word, and renewing your mind, and the power of the church is not in the building but in the individual. Those are some videos that you should, you know, take a look at. Also, I provide links, and I'll provide links in this video as well, to some of the online YouTubers that I follow that have very valuable information. And any amount of information is only as valuable as the user. So when you attain knowledge, the goal is to actually apply that knowledge. And so then you move from a state of belief to a state of knowing. And that's kind of what I want to talk to you today about. I live in Indianapolis, Indiana, and there is a lot of violence and death daily. And it's not unique to here, but obviously I live here, so my heart is at home. You know, this is what's close to my heart today. I have friends and loved ones who have unfortunately suffered the perishing of their loved ones. Their loved ones have transitioned during this lifetime, during this turmoil that we find our city and our country in, actually. And I posted a comment on Facebook today, and I guess if I had to give a title to this episode of Real Talk, it would be, "Many have a form of godliness but deny the power thereof." Now, when I say many have a form of godliness, that's everybody. We all are wrapped in this flesh that was created in the image of that which created us. So we all have this form of godliness, this temple, this outer vessel that we operate on a day-to-day basis. This is our form of godliness. So we all have it. This is not an exclusive conversation that I'm having with you today. It is completely all inclusive, okay? And the reason I say we deny the power is because what I'm subjected to when I pull on Facebook, and it's usually the first thing that I do in the morning before I get out of bed, I take some deep breaths and I want to say good morning to my friends and family on Facebook, or I want to, you know, see how everybody is doing. You know, I want to be uplifted by some of the people that are on my Facebook page, on my timeline, you know, posting pictures or telling us of beautiful things or what their plans are today. And that helps me to be uplifted. Now, obviously, I'm responsible for my own level of happiness and my own higher vibration. But I do have some friends on my timeline who vibrate as high as I do, if not higher. And so, yes, I look to those individuals to help to bring my frequency, my vibration, my vibrational frequency up to the highest level so that I can get my day started as well. That in mind, or from that grain of thought, I decided to share something on Facebook with regard to that, and I'm just gonna verbatim read what I said, and I'll also post this in the video. I'm gonna share a mind-blowing fact with you. The reason why beseeching and affirmative prayer don't work beyond our own circumstances, if they work then, it is because everyone does not really know that prayer requires some inner work. So let me qualify that. Beseeching prayer is asking for something outside of yourself, kind of like rubbing a genie bottle. Ironically, I was watching I Dream of Jeannie the other day. She had on this really cute dress. But anyway, that's a beseeching prayer. When you're asking for something of something else, of some entity, some deity, some God outside of yourself, for something that you desire, that is a beseeching prayer. However, affirmative prayer is knowing that that which you desire and or require to manifest in your life is already there. You need only lay eyes on it. That is a knowing. That is coming from a place of knowing, not from a place of believing, but from a place of knowing. Knowing that whatever I set my mind to, I will accomplish. It will manifest. It will appear. That requires, affirmative prayer requires some inner works as well as outer works, because once you know that that which you desire will manifest, then you go on about your day. You go on about moving and doing those things that come naturally to you. You do the next right thing, whether it's in fulfilling that desire or something else. But you already know that that which you desire and or require will manifest itself. It's a knowing. You've seen the image in your mind. Some of us have the power to even navigate our dreams. And I'm fortunate to be able to say today that I have that power, that I can decide, okay, because I have very lucid dreaming, this is what I like to dream about tonight. This is where I'd like to go in my dreams tonight. Some call that astral travel. Some call it out-of-body experiences. Whatever it is, I have the power to control the dream. I have the power to control the experience. And I know that that which I do in my subconscious or unconscious mind, I can also allow it to manifest in my conscious mind. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about beseeching versus affirmative prayer. It's coming from a place of knowing. So if you know that you are loved, that you are beautiful, that you are powerful, when you know that, then your behavior, your actions demonstrate that. There is a manifestation of what you know being carried out in what you do. And that is true. The next thing that I said is when our mind's eye, the visuals, symbols, and pictures are so focused on what we say we don't want, the images of what we do want are choked out. So there's more manifestation of those things that we don't want. What are you saying, CeleXy? What I am saying is where focus goes, energy flows. So whatever you're focused on, good, bad, or indifferent, that is where your energy will flow. When you have mental images of death and destruction and violence and hatred, when you have those images burned into the inner surfaces of your mind, energy flows to that. And you begin to see more of that because you've allowed those images to subliminally infiltrate your mind. Your mind's eye is focused on that. Because see, what we see, we don't see verbal conversation. We don't see that. We hear things, but we don't, our eyes don't see that. And our mind picks up information, that third eye picks up information from what the consciousness sees. What you see with your eyes, whether your two eyes, all three eyes, or just the one eye. It's the visual, symbolic pictures and images that you see that your brain tends to focus on. And where focus goes, energy flows. So if you want to know why you're seeing so much death, violence, hatred, destruction, and all that in our city, in our families, in our country, in our state, in our world, it is because that is what we are most focused on. Get those images out. And the first way to do that is to stop watching the news. Stop watching local programming. That is their job. Yes, they're bringing you the news, but how much of it is focused on the good and the wonderful things that are going on? We have Black Expo going on in Indianapolis, Indiana today, and I've seen one comment, not any pictures or anything like that, one comment saying that Black Expo is free this year, and so there's no excuse that everyone can't go. But it is completely overpowered and overshadowed, that comment, because there were no pictures, no visual symbols or images or anything to go along with it. But that comment was overshadowed and will be continued to be overshadowed with people feeling like it's their responsibility to post the news on Facebook and other social media. Because the world that we live in, they know that we spend a lot of time on social media. So if they want to distract you with low vibrational issues, they're going to infiltrate your social media. And we have, for lack of a better word, unknowing, unsuspecting human beings who are helping to focus on that negativity that we desire not. Those are the things we don't desire. But yet, we keep putting a lot of focus on it. We glorify it even on social media. rather see women showing their behinds and men showing their chests and whatever. I'd rather see anything that emulates the love of self, the love of life, the love of living, the love of others, beauty in all shapes and sizes, beauty in all colors. I'd rather see all of those things than to see a repetition of death, dying, violence, and destruction on my timeline. I really would. I really would. And I know that you would too. That's what you'd rather see. Yet somehow we cannot resist the temptation to allow our minds and our hearts and our spirits to get caught up in the negativity that we say we don't want to see. That's giving away your power. That's allowing those things outside of you, the news, fake news, all the crazy stuff. You're allowing it to take over your thoughts, and you're allowing it to control your energy. Our energy is precious. Individually and in our world, our energy is precious. We should guard those things. Even the Bible says, most holy texts, religious texts say, we should guard our hearts, guard our minds, guard those things with all due diligence, because what we see manifesting in our lives come from the issues of our hearts and the stuff that we have in our minds. And with that being said, I'm going to take a short break and I'll be right back.